Hey YouTube, it's Denotra Logan. Thanks for watching my channel. I'm definitely going to talk to the ladies today because it's something that we've dealt with at some point in our lives, probably a little bit more than men. And it's basically about keeping yourself sane, like keeping your mind from like wondering and like going crazy over a situation or something that pops up or something that happens. So we're going to talk about keeping yourself sane. So my first question to the ladies would be is, what is your heart music? Like, what is consistently playing in your heart, hour by hour, day by day, depending on the situation that's going on in your life? How do you keep yourself encouraged, basically? Do you have books that you go and read, that you wrote notes in? Or I like to write notes in the back of my book. Do you have a playlist on YouTube that you always go to? Like, you would consider it maybe like your weapons list. That's what I call my list. I have several lists, by the way. Do you have somebody that you can call? Maybe a friend or a cousin or a mentor or a coach or somebody close to you that can actually like talk life into you for a moment to get you back in order? Or do you have like a ritual where you go and you pray? And you're quiet for a second and just letting your thoughts like simmer down a little bit. Like, what is your routine? Because without those tactics, discouragement becomes the music that we consistently play over and over in our heart. And then you wind up you look up and then the whole week is gone and you've had a terrible week. You haven't got anything accomplished. There's no check marks on your list. Women, you know we love a little check mark on our list. Especially if you took the time to like write out your schedule and you don't have anything accomplished. Like, so if we're not careful, we'll find ourselves playing the same type of discouraging music in our hearts every single day. So that's the first question I have to ask everybody. But what I really want us to do together is a couple things. The first thing is to protect our worthiness throughout the day. Protect our worthiness routine throughout the day. And what that looks like is setting our day up first thing in the morning. A lot of times, too many of us get on Facebook, we get on Instagram, get on Twitter, we get on something that compares us immediately. Like, we wake up and we start our day with comparison, and we start our day looking at other people's lives before we affirm who we are. So when we don't do that, immediately it's like you have everybody else's image of what you should be instead of what you had time to tell yourself that morning, if that makes any sense. And studies show that a lot of people get depressed off of Facebook and get depressed off of YouTube. Not YouTube. Depressed off of social media just in general, because they're comparing themselves to that person or that thing or that family, or, you know, why does her hair look like that, or her dress, or whatever it is. Like, a lot of people get depressed after getting off social media. And if we don't fill ourselves up with who we are before we fill ourselves up with other people's lives, we don't give ourselves a chance to be secure, because we're comparing ourselves to the girl with abs or the girls with like dents in their legs because they've been squatting for their life. You know, we don't even give ourselves a chance to be secure within ourselves. And we shouldn't spend too much time in the arena of what the world is doing and not focusing on who we're becoming or who we are currently at the time. That's the first one. The second one is we have to free our mind. Period. We got to let all these things that's stuck in our mind, like the pressure and the insecurity, the doubt, a little faith, mixed with a lot of experiences. It's like we live in our heads. We have to free our minds by releasing all those things on paper, like getting it out of our heads, getting it out of our emotions, getting out of our feelings, and writing it all down. No matter what it says, how it looks, just being extra vulnerable. I wouldn't share these things with people. I wouldn't share any of my notebooks with anybody. Pretty raw, pretty uncut. But it's honest. Like, get a piece of paper, write down how you feel, let it flow. And I honestly believe that healing starts on paper. I really do. Saying it out loud is the first step, but like writing it down and like seeing it is like, it's like a whole new feeling. Honestly, that's the second thing. The last thing is be thirsty for your freedom, for your peace of mind, for your sanity. Be thirsty for it. Don't stop until you get it. Literally. Don't stop whether you're going to therapy, whether you're writing in your journal every day, whether you're praying throughout the day, whether it's a playlist you have to listen to every single day, whether it's giving up alcohol, giving up smoking, whatever, going to the gym, whatever it is that you have to do to get to your freedom, get to your peace of mind, get to your clarity, do it. It doesn't even matter. And it's so funny, guys, because I saw something a couple of weeks ago that was supposed to just disrupt everything that I had been working on, disrupt how I saw myself. It was supposed to mess me up, but what it really did was free me. And what it was a soul tie that I've been dealing with for a couple years. I thought after, you know how you have preconceived notions of what you would do if something happened, and then it happens and you like, dang, like it wasn't even that bad. And like I said, it freed me. And I honestly believe it freed me because I had been working on my heart music all these years, working on how I see myself, who I am, things that I have to do, things I have to work on, things that I have to accept about myself and fall in love with, or walk in love with, I would say. And then writing stuff down, like however I feel. I carry around my journal with me everywhere. I write my business stuff in there, my financial stuff in there. I write a lot of stuff in that book, but it's my mind. It's my thoughts on paper instead of everything being so consuming. And I honestly believe doing the heart work, making sure my heart music is playing. I'm chosen and I'm enough and I'm loved and I'm God's best idea and I'm a masterpiece and I'm beautifully and wonderfully made and I can do all things. That I am peace, I am contentment, I have a sound mind, I have the mind of Christ, I'm walking in my purpose, I was created for a purpose, I'm appointed, I'm anointed, I am engraved in his plan, stuff like that. I had plan in my heart. And your heart really keeps record of all of these things that you say to yourself. I forgot who said it, but it was an author that said your heart is always eavesdropping on your thoughts. Your heart is always eavesdropping on your thoughts. And that's so true. And I believe me doing that work helped me deal with that situation. And when I saw what happened, it didn't bother me as much as I thought it would bother me. And I was like, that's what's up. And I was able really to get past that situation. But like I said, whatever you need to do to get to your freedom, to get to your peace, to get to your sanity, if your happiness is 2 streets over, you need to be running like you have lost your mind. Like, what is wrong with that girl? Like, you need to be running like you have lost, like, literally your mind, to go get your mind back, you know. Okay. But seriously, look for ways to free yourself in everything. So just to summarize what I've been talking about, look for ways to free your mind by getting thoughts out of your mind, off of your heart, out of your emotions. Because when we live in our emotions, it's not a blessing to other people. We really have to free ourselves by getting out of our emotions and just writing stuff down. Like I said, everything that you do, your heart keeps record of. Everything, every thought, all of it keeps record of it. And we're in charge of what plays with our heart. At a conference, it was a girl named Claire. She has a foundation. She was amazing. And she was only 19 years old. And she said to move into your own heart. Move into your own heart. Literally take your luggage, take all your stuff, and you move into your own heart and get to know, like, the mess out of yourself. Like, every single thing. Like, so when you get in a new relationship or you're trying something new, you don't have to, somebody doesn't have to come tell you don't like onions. You know you don't like onions. You know, you've tried different things and you have discovered different things about yourself. So it's not I never knew that about myself. Like, you know these things because you've taken the time to really get to know yourself. Move into your own heart. And again, be thirsty for your peace, your joy, your contentment, your freedom, self-love. Be thirsty for all of these things because that keeps you from being insane. That keeps you from living in what happened to you, living in your past, living in things that we can go on and on and on about. I think that's the best way that all of us can stay sane. I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you all on the next video.